Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I will show you some high boost team you can use this season and the team I'm gonna use and showcase in 2 weeks or 10 days. Of course you do not need to use high boost if you want just the 1k CC. You can use any regular team you used to do and just add 2 Z tier in the bench and bring them for the last 10 fight. The best Z tier for each tag or the major tags, I put them on the ranked video yesterday. There is only Unirap who is struggling with Z tier this season, and you probably need to be a little bit crafty with that team and branch to another tag. And tomorrow I will make a specific video for Unirap for this season and show you how you can use another tag to your advantage for the Z tiers. Of course, here is the full schedule for the season. Today is the teams video. Saturday, the full guide. On Monday, viewer teams. For viewer teams, you can submit me your teams on Twitter or on Discord. There is links in the description. I will look at them and tell you if it's good enough for this season. You can send me your Unirap team if you want to and some ZTL you think that will work, and I will let you know. And the deadline for that will be Sunday, 6 hours after reset for submissions, and the video will be on Monday. And the Saturday after, not this one, we're gonna do the gameplay with my own team. Now, before we get to the teams, you need to respect the star requirement and friendship. For friendship, you're gonna use high boost teams. You're gonna need a lot of friendship. 10 is the max for max boost. I would say try to have all your main team at least friendship 7 to 10, and your bench or Z tier can be at least a friendship 5. For star requirements, you need at least everyone to be 7 star. Zenkais need to be Zenkai. Old character need to be 9 star, and EXs need to be 9 star. You can pause and look at the detail on screen. Now let's get to the first team, and it's gonna be mine, which is GT. So here is my team on screen. We're gonna have 3 Z tier, but you do not need 3 Z tier. You can remove one of them if you are missing, and they need to be at least 9 star to be usable. And I would advise really friendship if you are using the exact same team as me. If you do not have friendship, I would remove one of the Z tier, one of them that you do not have 9 star, and switch them with a replacement. I will show you some replacement later. Now for the S tier, I'm gonna have two Majub and GT Vegeta. I was gonna use this red Goku instead of the Majub or GT Vegeta, but I decided with Majub because I think I need double yellow. If you're missing one of the two, you can use the Zenkai Goku. Sorry, for example, if you do not have GT Vegeta Zenkai, even if I recommend him more than the Goku. And if you are missing one of the Z tier, you can also switch the Goku with one Z tier, and it will be fine too. Now let's put back the baby Vegeta here. We're also gonna have two A tier. It doesn't matter for the A tier. I just have these two because they're so good in battle, and I really recommend them. If you do not have, like for example, Majub or one of the Z tier, you can use this Sin Shenron. Or like if you do not have this Trunks, you can also use Sin Shenron, and he will be really good in battle. Double Zenkaiba for the yellow, and they will be fine. Other than that, if you don't have, for example, the Trunks, you can just use a Legends Limited, and you have a lot of good ones. This Super 17 is probably gonna pair the best with the Omega, because the Super 17 and Omega will be fast and they can one-shot Yellow very easily. Sin, not Omega, sorry. For LL Omega, you can use him too if you want to, and you're gonna have another green instead of the Trunks. You can also replace Sin if you do not have him, for example, with the Super 17. You can have Trunks back. You can also use the GT Gogeta, he can work. For example, you can use these two together, or the GT Baby Trunks. You can also have the Tag Force, and Baby also can work. This guy also can work, it doesn't matter. Any of the two LS will be fine as long as they have stars. Remember, just have two Z tier if possible. Have one of the S tier that we showed earlier, and the rest should be fine to follow. You can use the same team as me if you have stars and the friendship, of course. Now let's get to the next team. For Frieza Force and LOE, you have a couple of good Z tier you can use. The two best are the two Frieza. You can also use the Nappa or this guy if you wanted to, and he will be fine. It's just his melee type, and your team is gonna be more blast type. Let's say you wanted to use three Z tier, you can. You can remove this metal cooler and have three Z tier, and that will be fine too. You can just remove also this other metal cooler if you want to, and that would be fine too. Now, if you have your team very high star, and let's say you have the Zenkai metal cooler, you probably don't need a second healer. You can use anyone you want here. For example, this green cooler, and he will be fine. Um, this Frieza is new and he's really good, so I would really advise him. He's an A tier. The other A tier, sorry, I would recommend is probably this cooler. He's pretty decent in game, so you can put him here. And let's say you wanted a second healer, you can put this guy here too, and they should be fine. And this guy doesn't Zenkai buff the Green Angel Freezer, so be careful. And if you do not have this Revival Freezer, you can put this guy as a healer, and we can put back, for example, our metal cooler here. And let's say you wanted to Zenkai buff the yellow Angel Frieza, you can Zenkai buff him with the full power Frieza here, and that should be fine for your team. If you do not have this yellow TOP Frieza, you can also switch him out. You can use someone like the other full power Frieza, for example. You can use the Ultra Frieza if you have him. He's really good. You can use this third form Frieza instead of Metal Cooler. If you do not have Metal Cooler and want double red, you can also use this Blue Revival Frieza, of course, if you wanted to. And that's basically it for Frieza Force and Aloy. Now let's get to the next team. This is Saiyan Saga. I was gonna use it last season actually, but people wanted me to use GT. So for Saiyan Saga, you're gonna have only two Z tier options, so you're gonna run them these two characters. But they are so good, you're gonna be able to run a less competent S tier, which is the Yajirobe, and he's still gonna be pretty decent. You're gonna have two green hair, two green Zenkai. They're gonna Zenkai buff themselves. Plus this Piccolo gonna Zenkai buff the Gohan pre-revived. You're gonna have the healer, which is this guy, and you're gonna have another healer, which is Yamcha, and both of them can get Zenkai buffed, sorry, by the Fitku. You're gonna have the Piccolo, who is pretty good. Now, if you have the new units, you can use them. Vegeta can work, the Nappa can work if you have them high star. Other than that, if you have nobody and you want one last unit, or you do not want to run these two guys, you can use like Kaioken. I don't have Kaioken, but you can put him here. You can use Tien, he's gonna be pretty good. And as another strike unit you can use is the Vegeta here, the 8 Vegeta. But basically you do not have too many choices. For a full strike team, you just put Kaioken here and you put the Tien and you'll be good. If you wanted a blast team, you need to put the Piccolo. You need to put the two green unit we showed you earlier, which is these two guys. If you have the Vegeta, you switch the Piccolo with the Vegeta and you'll be fine. If you have the Nappa, you're gonna use him instead of one of the characters too. For example, if you didn't want to use this Gohan, you can use Nappa instead of him, and it's gonna work. That's basically it for Saiyan Saga. Let's get to the next one. You have DB, as always they have a high boost unit. You only have two runnable Z tier, so if you do not have Tambourine, just remove him and put someone else. It's fine, but if you have him 7 star, I would run this to Z tier. They're really good. You have so many good S tiers, you have 4 good one, so I would really recommend running them if you have them. If you are missing one, you can remove it too. It's not a big deal. Now let's see some replacement you can use. You can also use this Roshi as another S tier if you wanted to. For example, you do not have Tambourine, you can use him instead. You do not have Piccolo Jr., for example, you can use him. You do not have Goku or something else, and you can use him in your team. Let's say you do not have Tambourine, you're gonna put him here. And other good blast unit you can use if you are missing some characters. You can use the other Blue Bulma. She's really good, for example. If you are missing Jackie Chun, you can use Blue Bulma. You can use this Path of Power, for example, instead of Piccolo Jr. if you don't have him. And of course, if you want, you can use DKP if he is high star. Even if he's strike base, he will do the job. That's basically it for for DB, not GT. And let's put what I think is the best possible team. We're gonna put Piccolo Jr., Jackie Chun. We're gonna put. Actually, I'm gonna put him here instead of DKP. DKP is also really good, but the HP buff might be more useful. And we're gonna put Tambourine. That's basically it for DB. Now let's get to the next team. For Regen, they do not have the best Z tier, but they have so many good S tier. It's probably worth running a high boost team. I would say the best Z tier is gonna be this baby. He can heal himself, he can support, so it's gonna be decent. And the other, I'm gonna say Piccolo. If you have this LL Piccolo, and he's gonna Zenkai buff him. If you do not have LL Piccolo, you're gonna either run this baby if he is high star. If he's not high star, you can run this Cell. And this baby, I'm saying him because he can debuff and your team is blast based, so they would do more damage. And he can get Zenkai buffed by this super baby too. I would say this blue baby need to be at least 9 star and he need to be at least friendship 10, I would say. And if not, you can put this Cell. It's not the biggest problem. For the Piccolo, if you do not have him, you can put LL Cell, who is really good. You can put someone like Omega. You can put this Blue Zamasu. But Blue Zamasu you have 4 blue, so probably not. You might be able to put someone else who is just decent in battle, like this purple Piccolo. You have the green 21 who is okay, red 21 who can work. You're gonna have a lot of good blast character like this Goku Piccolo. This guy can work too, but they are not the best and they're more strike based. However, they have a blast attack the ability. But yeah, if you're gonna run someone else than that yellow Piccolo, you're not gonna run the EX Piccolo as your Z tier. You're gonna run one of the blue unit I showed you. Now for S tier, you have some choices. Piccolo Jr. is the best S tier and he's really good, but I assume a lot of people do not have him. If you do not have Piccolo Jr., maybe you can run this Metal Cooler, but you're gonna remove one blue here and put your other EX Piccolo if you have the LL, of course. If you do not have the LL Piccolo and you cannot just substitute the other blue, what you do is don't run Metal Cooler. You can run someone like this guy who is pretty decent. He's not the best, but he's decent in battle. He will tank pretty well. That's the problem. He's more strike based. However, his Z ability is not the worst because he has a double defense. Other than that, for S tier, I would advise Metal Cooler can be okay if he's 14 star, but too many EXs is not the best. If you do not have anyone else, maybe do not run another S tier and try to run someone else. Same for the Screen Piccolo. If you do not have him, you can run, for example, this yellow Cell. Now, other replacement for Blast Team, you have a lot of options. Like I said, you have this purple Cell. You can run like double purple Cell, which works. Even if he's strike base, he's gonna work. And he's Ankai buff him, which is good. And this guy has double offense the ability, so it will help him with the strike. And you can run also this what's his name, Omega. He's good too. You can run someone like the Kid Buu. Just be careful if you have the Kid Buu. Try to not have another blue Z tier, and you're gonna have triple blue. If you want, you can run this guy, the Zamasu. If you do not have Buu tanks, you can run Kid Buu instead. Other than that, I showed you earlier, I think. You can have the Sprint 21 and the green cell. They can work pretty well together. Just this green cell doesn't buff regen. And of course, at the end, you're gonna have this Piccolo. If you do not have anybody, he's gonna work. And you can have the other purple Piccolo. Just customize like you want. And just do not have 4 blue unit, please. And do not use this guy if you do not have the LL Piccolo in your team. That's basically it. Now let's get to the last team. This season you have a really good variant for Blast Movie. In here we're gonna have the 2Z tier, we have the Bojack and we have the Bardock. If you have a cooler in your team, you can run this Towser. He's pretty good, but he really need a cooler for his kit. And there is actually a good cooler you can run. So if you are missing one, you can run Towser, but in your main team you need a cooler. And you're gonna run them together when you put Towser in the team. Other than that, you're gonna have this Frieza, who is pretty decent. You can have this Turles, of course, and you can have the Vegeta as a last option. This EX Bardock need to be at least 7 star, I would say, as a Z tier. 9 star is more optimal. I would say everyone need to be at least 7 star. But this Bojack need to be 9 star because he's super old, and look at his stats who are pretty low. Now for the main team, we're gonna have 2 S tier, which is this Roshi and this Gamma. Gamma is really good in battle, and he gets Zenkai buffed by this Gogeta. If you do not have Gamma, you can run this blue cooler who is decent, and you also have this cooler who is also decent. And if you run them, you can run the Thouser with them. And this guy is gonna be range type, as you can see here. And this guy is also range type, and both of them can work. But I would run the green one since you have a Zenkai buff. Now for the Roshi, if you do not have Roshi, at least at 7, 9 star, I would say 9 star, you can run the Pan as an HP buffer. If you have Goku in your team, I would really advise him because he's super good in battle and he's gonna super even if he's strike based. I would say if you have Goku, what you do is remove this cooler, put Goku here, remove this Piccolo, and maybe put another S tier here. For example, we're gonna have the blue metal cooler and put Goku here. Of course, this new Frieza is also a movie. He's blast based and he's super good. I would advise him. And finally, the characters that I didn't talk about yet is gonna be the Amon. He's also really good. He's actually the best S tier here. He's range type and he's gonna work really good. If you have him at least 9 star, I would advise him instead of the Gamma or the green cooler or the blue cooler too. That's basically it for movie. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, let me know. You can submit your teams on Twitter or on Discord. I will review them on Sunday and upload the video on Monday. Have a good one and goodbye.